should have a free lane. If they decide to go with something like Slardar, if they decided to pick up this Bristleback, which they did, which means that XXS is going to be having a complete free farm. And it's been a while since I saw Spectre in action. This has always been one of the Chinese classics, which does allow them. Shaker early on doesn't provide you with that much, so it's not going to be as easy. But maybe if he manages to get a good block off on Colosun, could be enough. This is the lane, as we talked about, to the bottom, where XXS shouldn't have any issues. Also, the problem in this lane, the multiple action happening.
Yeah, Yang's in trouble, and he's gonna die as well as Paparazzi. So 2 kills, 2 lanes. Vici could have thought about swapping the support lanes, throwing Earthshaker bottom to disrupt the Shaman, and then
worse. And again, they're going in on the Spectre. Yeah, I mean, Shaker doesn't do anything. He's basically a fisher at early levels.
In some trouble. I think Paparazzi's very dead.
Very dead.
Yeah, Viscous Nasal Goo and the Quill Spray just absolutely blowing him up. There's nothing to stop that. Yeah, Paparazzi's level 4. Oof. XM, now that he's level 6, it's a lot harder of a kill to get. And speaking of Paparazzi, he is down bottom, hexed up, killed off XXS with another one. I mean, they're under the tier 1 with no fear. There's really not much that's there to stop them, especially Kaka's showing mid. There's a little bit of mana left on XM, and they're trying to hold for a fissure. They'll use that Sonic Wave. They've got the jump forward, or he gets the kill, taking out the Storm Spirit.
He desperately needs that level 6, but they also can't leave him alone.
No. Sprout really doesn't do much. They've got these Quelling Blades ready. They've got the Hex, and now they'll go to the Shackle. They'll try to get a kill on the DY. I mean, Paparazzi is here, and they are going to try and get a kill, at least on his InQ. They'll lose DY, and they need one more right-click. It'll be split between them, the TP out from the Bristleback, and XXS is away, as Yang even makes the TP rotation towards bottom. 4?
What is that?
I was thinking. I'm thinking. Come on.
You saw 4 abilities. You're like 4. I mean, because Echo Slam is not a stun. Ned is Enchant Totem.
Yang.
Technically.
They're gonna get a kill here onto the Timber. Easy, throw down these Serpent Wards and go for the tier 1. All right, so what's the answer?
I don't know what the answer. It's a trick question that doesn't have the real answer.
You're making fun of me saying 4. You don't even have an answer. You don't even know if 4 is wrong. XM getting away, but Paparazzi wants this. Needs one more right click. Got him. Committing under the tier 2 tower. He will stop at nothing. And they'll have Shadow Step ready. I mean, that is the move. They'd love to find the Drow, and they have drawn the line on where Drow should be farming, but Ori is going to spot Polosun instead. So the Shadow Step comes out. They'll look for the sleep, and Yang's the one who gets credit for the kill again. And Paparazzi does jump out of there. XXS taking a lot of damage. The Fissure comes through into Ame. They've got DY keeping behind and got the Sprout out of this Drow, and a Sonic Wave comes in. They get the kill on Ame. There's the Echo Slam. XM Ball Lightning trying to run the Shackles connect onto Yang, so he's going to be stuck still. They got the kill to Kaka. They'll take out Yang. Ori the blink over looking for XXS, trying to get a kill here. But XM still with him. Not a lot of mana, but Ori not a lot of life.
He's killed himself on the Blade Mill.
Neutral Creep gets Ori. That was almost best case scenario for Ori there. DY is going to die.
Not too bad of a fight for Vici Gaming. I mean, they managed to kill Drow Ranger. Sure, Ori died to neutral creep, so that's a big chunk of gold and XP that did get denied.
Kind of favors, I would say, at least a little bit, Vici. You know, taking what we can get here. And I think that's a little bit of a sign. Oh, Ame is completely blocked. Great fissure from Kaka. And they leave the kill for Paparazzi. Kaka might just die. Already 5 stacks on the Viscous Nasal Goo, so he is very vulnerable and very dead.
Actually, okay to life.
Wait, so now like I don't know if you're telling the truth.
Once per game, not once per series. Once per game, you are allowed to tell one lie. This is what Total Guy taught me when I was getting into casting job.
DY TPing in, and that is going to be Paparazzi making the jump, looking for the kill, and that will be Yang with the whirling shock for him to get that at least one, but they're trying to turn this. DY very vulnerable. Ame now jumped right on top of Yang's here with Ori. The Sonic Wave comes through, but Ori is dead for the life of Ame. They will shackle up and lock down Yang, and eventually they'll get this kill. Not sure how worth it that ends up being, but they are really just trying to put in the moves to get Paparazzi anything out of the map. And with Kaka found, this is going to be a 4th kill and a triple for XM.
XM holding the Aegis, having regeneration rune, mostly dying before he manages to get any kind of kills, but yeah, definitely needs a defensive item.
It needs something to survive a little bit more. Surfing words come out again, and now they're going to make the jump. There's the Chakram thrown forward, but XM going to the back line, looking for DY. Echo Slam is down. They've got the extra follow-up, and XXS is going to be dead. But they've got Paparazzi in a bad spot. He'll fall, so does DY. And this is falling apart for the side of Vici, as again, XM just looking to clean up everything that he can. Another triple kill, but they'll take out Polosin, and XM in for more. He's got the help of Ame, who hits the silence to get the kill to Kaka. XM survives again with a sliver of health.
Look at the check number of camps. 16 camp stack on Xtreme Gaming, 8 on Vici. Okay.
Ooh, Echo starting. Shadow Step and the Sonic Wave, all that committed to try and get Ame, but he is alive and turning this around. He pops that BKB, 4 heroes dead on the side of Vici in what was an attempt to try and get a kill onto the Drow Ranger, but they come up with nothing.
How does Storm always get some indirect buff? Alright, I'll hold that thought. Let's see if maybe Vici Gaming is going to be able to take that fight. Roshan down to half HP already.
This is going to be close. DY going in, throws the Sprout. Nobody can get the Aegis. It's on the ground. Oh, he's going to snatch it. DY's dead. Ame falls. He's got no Drow. They're going to look for the Shadow Shaman and Vici with a Hail Mary play here, starting with DY. They get themselves an Aegis. They get the kill on the Drow. The BKB is going to be popped by XM. They look like they're going to get a kill on a Yang, and that Earth Splitter's huge. Big damage there onto Yang. They take out Ori's first life. They can use that Aegis, but they're going to look to get a kill on XM, and they just can't do it. They'll find the Elder Titan, Kaka, gone to XXS, but still the TP right in the face of this Spectre, but not going to be able to pull it off. DY buys back, but is dead again. XXS with a double kill while they try to ignore him. He does get a couple under his belt.
Doesn't deal that much damage. Not going to be able to get like multiple spells off. It's not that big of a threat, but still, Xtreme Gaming, 17,000 gold lead for them.
I say uh-oh, but it's actually the Shadow Shaman is dead. Yang might be in a little bit of trouble. The Twisted Chakram thrown out, but XM has a lot of mana to work with. They'll look for Ame again, and they'll pop that Lincoln's. The BKB is popped.
No Nightfall
and now
available.
Ame might be in trouble. Stop. Sonic Wave.
Fail. Yeah, didn't see that one.
They're still going in, and they want this. There's the blink, the Echo Slam, no BKB, and Ame's dead again. They take him out, but look for Polosin, who's trying to get a sleep off, but unable to do so. Kaka's stopping the TP, thinking about going down for XXS, but do they have the control? Do they have the damage? Paparazzi needs to be a little bit careful. The Viscous Needle do is stacking up, and he is in some trouble, but he's got himself that Manta style, and now XXS, who just reigns so strong, so tanky, unkillable. Eventually, they will find DY, who will end up dead to XM.
And Spectre, you can now feel that Paparazzi is actually doing quite a lot of damage. Scotty completed, so that's actually 35. Like, Scotty has been rough. It's 35 stats, so that makes you super tanky, and it's also very good against Bristleback. XM is in.
Ori. Wow. Yeah, they really just made the jump in. XM, he's not afraid. He's beyond godlike. Knew he heads into there, and the rest of his team, and they're gonna get another one beyond godlike. XM is having a game. He has thrown down the gauntlet. He is 12-2-12. XXS, how do they kill XXS? I mean, this guy has 4,000 health. He's got a heart. I don't really see his health going down. is literally stayed at the same spot the entire time. Yang is in pretty deep. This Earth Splitter's not going to have much impact this time around. But with the BKB pop, Ori's going to make the jump forward. He's going to be caught, and they get the kill. He is dead for 75, and with no Queen of Pain, life just gets so much more difficult.
Kaya Sanj, Parasma, Whisper of the Dread as well as Storm Spirit with Mystical. Pretty much everything you want to have. And again, 3Q, gonna drop the wards.
One for a tier 3 top.
Sieging the tower.
Lightning in, Shackle connected, Paparazzi is standing still, but the Echo Sun comes in, they've got the totem, they'll get the follow-up damage, but XM's gonna pop the BKB. They'll get the Kona Xingqiu, but Paparazzi committed in, and he is dead. They buy back on the Shadow Shaman. They do have buyback available on this Spectre, but it's just not something that they really want to use, but they cannot wait 70 seconds to have this Spectre on the sidelines. So he'll buy back, pushing back that Nullifier if he even gets to it. And they are on the Mega Creep. UI caught out of position. Up onto the high ground. Shackle XM there again, and that should be another kill, this time for XXS. Sonic Wave connects. Ame's dead once more, but he's not really the problem. They can kill this Drow 1,000 times, but when you've got a Bristle that literally doesn't lose life, they don't really care if you kill the Drow. They'll go for more. They'll find Kaka. Yang's dead. 3 heroes gone. Down goes the Shadow Shaman again, but the Shadow step forward from Paparazzi as XM, he is still alive. The buyback committed from Kaka. Paparazzi's actually here in the trees. Ori jumped forward, and he's just dead. GG is called. Xtreme will take game number 1. Vici for a moment had hope, but that was ripped away real quick.
Oh, XM and XXS carrying this game pretty damn hard. They had some really good Earth Splitters as well, but overall, Xtreme Gaming, it was not a clean victory. It was a great start.
You know, when Ame is showing to be the issue, or at least a potential issue for Vici, and they're focusing him, but it opens up so much for your Storm and your Bristle, you're more than okay with that. You were talking about the Viper, and well, it is getting played by XM. He is a Viper player.
Pretty much.
He is one of those guys who pulls out the Viper, the OD, has a couple of these.
You know, as expected. I mean, you're playing against Viper, you're playing against XM Viper, you're playing melee against Viper. None of these things do feel good.
Yeah. Ame is in trouble bottom, while top lane they go for Kaka. They get the kill on a DY to get Kaka, and now they look over Paparazzi. Didn't look like it was there on our view. Yang. He is tanky enough to get away and not die too much. And now the shackles come through. DUI's top. And XXS feeling vulnerable in the early parts of this game, but that is going to be a trade on a DY. It might even be a kill on a Kaka. As that is a very dead Shadow Shaman. And Pelosin getting the kill and getting the +1 on the brain drain. Amazing. For the side of Vici.
I love your math segments.
What do you mean?
You see 2-3K, 8 minutes in. That's pretty much GG. Ame getting initiated on in the bottom lane, but Pango's still level 5. Needed 1 CS for level 6. Gonna get stunned and probably get killed here. And they're gonna be able to find him. One more slow. Ori.
Shadow Realm Strike. Ori doesn't have the mana for a swashbuckle. Xingqiu will continue the chase, but XM gives up and will actually head back towards mid. And Xingqiu by himself says, I don't need a Viper. I'm going to get the kill on my own. All right. Going to be enough. Was close, but just enough to survive and not give up another brain drain here to Pelosin. You go to the Rolling Thunder, the Viper Strike comes in. You have the Shackle and the control, but the damage isn't there. The Ravage committed even there as they've got the Hex now. Everything in the kitchen sink thrown to get a kill on an XM. As Pelosin tries to turn this around with an Arcane Curse and some help as Xingqiu comes over, but he doesn't have a lot of mana to play with, so Bramble Maze is a little bit late, but eventually connects onto the Shadow Shaman with the Bedlam. They'll at least get a trade, but a good kill onto XM overall for Vici.
But yeah, Radiance is such a great item in this patch. Like the way camps have been changed, the camps have been moved. It does feel you can always farm 2 camps at the same time.
Rolling Thunder coming through and looking for Pelosin. They will get a kill here onto the Silencer, but now the multiple TPs coming through for the side of Xtreme Gaming. They go to the Ravage. That'll land on a 3. Supernova's there. And down goes the Dark Will for the first time. XM, he is dead too. 3 heroes gone. XXS, as unkillable as he was last game. I mean, the chase is on, but XXS eventually falls to DY and 4 kills for the side of Vici. Still farming.
This is pretty standard. Blink into BKB. Then think about Azure Ray Qualifier.
The Stun Ray, they'll burn him out. Let's see. Ame wants to go in, finds the Boundless, but goes back up into the tree while they use the Global Silence. Wukong's right on a Paparazzi, but the damage not being dealt. Supernova's there again. And it is not going to explode. They get it in the nick of time, and Kaka and DY are both dead to Xtreme.
Blast that they can buy this side. The side of pretty much gives you everything, but he's completely skipping it, going into BKB immediately after.
Hex and the Shackle. They would get a kill on XM. Meanwhile, they've got the Big Boy Ward.
Are really good, and this is something we talked about. As long as they can get a pick off near Roshan, they should be able to kill Roshan. Or he's gonna even use roll just to make sure that Roshan belongs to them.
Yeah, Paparazzi getting his hands onto that Aegis. That early objective taking was something that we had talked about. They are chasing. They want to terrorize. Lands on the 2. They'll pick up the Aegis. They're still looking for more. And now the Ravage comes through. Ami's dead. But can they get another kill here as they go to the Global Silence? The Supernova pops, but down goes Paparazzi for the second time. Kaka, he'll fall 2. That's going to be 3 dead on the side of Vici. Overall, not a bad fight here for Xtreme, despite the fact that they lose the Monkey King. Just sit there and Radiance Burn. Never really needs to come down.
What is this strat you're talking about? You combine 2 of the strats. MP, all right, hold that thought. Ursa getting silenced.
Yeah, he's going to have to run, but Ame with BKB, they're going to look for Paparazzi. Now they've got the Shackle, they have the Rolling Thunder. They're going to turn this around into Xinku, goes into the Shadow Realm. But even inside the Shadow Realm, the Rolling Thunder does the connection and gets the kill with the Shield Crash, or at least getting that one onto the Dark Willow.
Limited amount of lockdown. They have no abilities that go through debuff immunity. Sure, you can use Viper Strike, you can hold with Silence, but you can't really stop Ursa from BKB and keeping out. Poison.
Rolling Thunder. They'll find themselves a kill. They get the kill into the Dark Will. They look for the Wukong's command from Ame, but currently it's just Zone Denial and Roche being pulled out of the pit.
You need to try to make something happen. Try to be annoying in their face. Ame does have BKB available if he wants to take the fight, but Paparazzi and Giga Ward are going to be inside the pit.
Sunray, XXS burning a little bit. They go to the Ravage. Can they get the kill here on XXS? Yes, they can. The Global Silence is going to be a little bit late. They get the Aegis into the hands of Paparazzi. Technically a snatch with the kill, I believe, from the Nether Toxin to the Viper. The look here is Pelosin able to TP out, but now they've got the Shackle. That connects on XM, who will pop the BKB, but the damage coming in from Paparazzi. He'll run at XM, who's trying to get around these trees, but eventually gets caught. Vici get the better of that fight. XM needs to find some farm. He is looking for a Manta style. He is looking for a Blink Dagger, but he is just not getting much of anything. And now the Nullifier on the Paparazzi. Yo, Primal Spring Dawn. Ramble Maze, Yules. And the Wukongs for the BKB. And the Boundless Strike again, just another Wukong's expended for 0 results. Terrorize.
They got him.
That lands. So now, all of a sudden, maybe this Ursa is a little vulnerable. They do have Supernova. They do have Ravage with the Rolling Thunder coming through from Ori. They go to the Supernova. The Global Silence comes out. They go to the Boundless Strike. They're looking to get the egg. They get the kill on a DY. They'll end up losing Xinku, but now the Rolling Thunder coming through again. Here comes the Ravage. XM is dead. They'll take out Pelosin. person, but down goes Paparazzi. He's dead for 80. The Giga Ward is there. Ame trying to fight here with XXS. The balance strike gets him some health with the
big Lotus.
But now, can he survive? Can he look for more? Can he pop this Lotus? He will. But Taka taking some damage to XXS. This Giga Ward doing some decent damage onto this Bristle, but not enough. And now Ame is going to be able to Primal Spring away. They pick up the gem that they drop, but it ends up being a 3 for 3. He is not completely alone. Lion Warrior nearby. They go to the Global Silence. Is going to put the Arcane Curse onto these heroes. They're trying to get the kill here onto this Pangolier, and they'll take him out. The Terrorize thrown over. That lands on the DY. It goes into Supernova. They're going to buy back. They go to the Ravage. The right clicks from XXS to try and get this egg. With the Dark Willow, they'll take out DY. Do lose this Silencer. The Wukong's command again. The Balance Strike connects onto this Shadow Shaman. They'll take out Taka. Ame gets the kill there, but XM standing his ground. Paparazzi's dead at the cost of XM. They'll take out Xingqiu. It ends up being a 3 for 3 so far. The TP attempt out, but XXS has the damage to kill off Yang. And that will be technically a full team wipe as they bought back on this Pangolier. Oh, see, it's the Paparazzi quick strat. 4 staff down to the low ground. They go into the Global Silence. Wukong's around all these heroes. Balance Strike comes in. Yang's going to die. They've already taken the Tidehunter. He doesn't have buyback, and now Paparazzi on the run. The Viscous Nasal Goo, or you thinking about coming through, but he'll end up just backing away.
And something to point out that he has Scotty, and there's also Crossbow, the 1x30, which is reducing the healing coming out by the same amount. It's also a great amount of slow. Sorry, but the refresher, he needs to get the blue jump. He needs to get that first jump.
Link, Big Award, that's all down. Yules though from Xingqiu, that's going to come through on the Shadow Shaman, trying to stop that control that they have. They'll take the Aegis. They'll restart with that. The Viper Strike comes through from XM. The Rolling Thunder is going to be around them. They'll go to the Wukong's command, but now they need to leave this circle. Ori getting hit up pretty hard, even within the roll. Yeah, you're really expecting a lot more from an Ursa, but hasn't really been given the opportunities to do so.
Ame's just going in.
Yeah, he's pretty far. They go to the Global Silence. They go to the Refresher. The Balance Strike lands on the Yang, who's never even able to get that Ravage off. So he's forced to buy back. They landed the Terrorize. It's on a Paparazzi. He is going to be dead. Everyone going to be forced to buy back. They go to the Giga Ward, but they can't stand within this Wukong's. They're going to get another kill on Akaka. 4 heroes are already dead, but 3 have bought back. As they will stand their ground for now. Ori, he needs to ban. They go to the Ravage. Maybe they get a kill onto Ame, but he's able to Balance Strike and get away. Oh, with a little bit of health, they'll look for Paparazzi. That's a dead Ursa for the second time. Not much they can do. They've nullified this Tidehunter, and they'll call GG. Xtreme Gaming taking a 2-0 over Vici, completing a full team wipe there.
And Ursa's series swipes, they stay on you for such a long time, but really like the play from Ame. Immediately initiating, getting that jump.
Insult to injury, and you can see the scores on your screen. 7-1 and 16 for Ame, 7-3 and 18 for XXS. XXS, the one who took the spotlight last game, but I believe it should be Ame for this one.